Right, Blighty boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury, joined by the super middleweight tank that is Zach Parker. How are you, Zach?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good to be here in London.
Yeah, no, so normally we talk on the phone, and our last phone call resulted in the conversation of tanks coming up, and then the next thing we know, you are riding a tank, crushing a car. How was that?
It was good. It was obviously a bit of a different media day, but it was all fun, and big thank you to Frank Warren for getting me that sorted, and it's good publicity for me, and that's what I plan to do to people in my next couple of fights. Do be a tank and run over them.
Some great photos come out of it, though, isn't there? So
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You're going to put one up on the mantelpiece?
Yeah, I'll get mum and dad put one up on their mantelpiece, and that. So just have to see which one. I have to get a good one.
It's kind of I can't remember when the actual signing date was, but it was somewhere in amongst the lockdown period when you signed up with Queensbury. But it's working out nicely, isn't it? It's kind of being life-changing for you in some respects, because you are getting out and you're being pushed to the forefront.
Yeah, 100%. I'd never had this sort of publicity when I was with my old promoters. Now with Frank, I'm getting as much publicity as I need, and obviously he's pushing me out to be on these big shows all the time, and I can't thank him enough. I've been inactive this last couple of years, and it's been frustrating. And now I'm with Frank, everything's falling into place, and hopefully we're getting big fights on soon in either Derby or something soon. So in front of my home fans.
I know you've just turned 27. Say from 24 to 26, it must have been a killer for you, just sort of sitting there, not knowing what was happening, nicking a fight on someone's undercard, another promoter's undercard.
Yeah.
You must have felt sort of kind of unfulfilled.
Yeah, that's it. Like I never fought on my old promoters shows. It was always on like a Sky Sports show, and then you didn't feel part of it. They just push you to one side, and now with Frank, I feel like I'm at home now, and everyone's all nice. It's all one family, and I can't thank them enough for doing it for me as well.
Saying that, I mean, you've done the hard work all by yourself because you came to Queensbury as the WBO #1 ranked contender. You did that, so it makes you a nice sort of oven-ready proposition for the promoter, which isn't bad, is it? Yeah,
that's the thing. There ain't many people in Britain like at the top like I am at the minute as WBO #1, and you don't have to like focus on my boxing skills. I don't have to. I want to be putting hard fights. I don't need to be like putting against journeyman anymore and built as a fighter. I'm ready to go for like world titles now. So it's good for me and Frank.
You talk about publicity, but in terms of generating momentum behind yourself, what you did in your last fight, does its own work, doesn't it? Vaughan Alexander never stopped before. You absolutely pulverised him inside of 2 rounds. You've got to be happy with that, haven't you? Yeah,
that's the thing. Everyone's coming to whoever watch boxing and want to see knockouts, and that's what I'm trying to provide. Knockouts they always say about Gennady Golovkin, everyone loved watching him because he was getting knockout after knockout, and that's what I've just planned to do. And obviously that last fight, he was meant to be a tough, rough opponent who's never been stopped by top boys as well. But got him out in good fashion in the second round, and on to the next one now.
Have you livened up the Derby public, but reminding them that they've got a future world champion in their midst?
Yeah, I hope so. Obviously,
you get much feedback, local radio, local papers?
Well, I've seen a couple of things, but obviously nothing like what we've got here. And obviously in Derby, we ain't had many big fighters like going for like world titles and that. So hopefully everyone starts rallying behind me and getting behind me, so we can get one in either Pride Park or something.
Nice ground, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't want to rake over sort of old ground, but you don't want to revisit. But because you're talking about your sort of period of when not much was happening, did your reputation suffer for that Darryl Williams fight? We know, but you fought with a shoulder that was dislocated in 3 places. You had 3 bouts of surgery. Yeah. But at the time, people thought you got lucky.
No, that's
did that affect you in a kind of way?
No,
or affect people's perception of you, do you think?
Maybe. I can't really think what for them. They can think for themselves, obviously. But for me, I know I'm going great at it. And even if I had like both hands tied behind my back, I'm still going great out. and that's exactly what I did. I missed a couple of rounds in the middle, and then I come on strong at the end. I think I won the first 3 rounds, and then obviously my arm went, and then in the middle just went off a bit, and then in the end I finished strong, and he gassed out, and we've asked him for the fight quite a few times after, just to shut everyone up, and I know I'd stop him in 2 rounds. So.
And I even saw it mentioned a few days ago by your manager, sort of.
There's people talking.
He's gone missing, hasn't he? So.
Yeah, people talking on Twitter and that, just talking bollocks really. But
what sort of pain were you in that? Was it adrenaline masking the pain, or were you just in agony?
It was, to be fair, after. But obviously, every time I tried to throw it, it was just loose. Couldn't do nothing with it. So I just had to grit it out though, and I don't give up no matter what. And that's what you got to be in boxing. You got to have a lot of heart, and I think I showed that fight.
Just moving it forward, you say about being world title ready, happy to do it in your next fight, blah blah blah. But the way things are, we're looking at probably September for the unification. Next year, whatever. You're not unhappy to have the opportunity to squeeze in a couple of good fights, are you? That's
the thing, I'm still learning. I'm still young compared to all of these who's got the world titles, obviously Canelo and that, they're all like 30, 31, 32. I've only just turned 27. I'm still learning on the job as well, and to get a couple more fights, that's amazing. Every fight I'm going to get better. If I was them, I'd want to take me out now. Why I ain't got the experience, but every fight I'm going to get better, and we'll just see what it's going to be like in the next year.
Those names that were mentioned, domestic names in recent interviews, I mean everyone knows who they are: Eubank, Fieldy, and Ryder.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to fight you, are they? Sort of realistically,
they ain't.
You're in your prime. You're knocking people out. Why would they want to?
That's the thing. That's what I've had when Rocky Fielding won the British. I'd won the British title eliminate against Blackledge, and then he didn't want nothing to part me on, and he vacated, and obviously I boxed for that. But none of these want to put it up against me because they know what's going to happen. I'm gonna beat him easy. And, we'll just have to see when fight. And I can speak all I want here, but when it comes to I need to show it when it comes to fight, and that's what I plan to do.
And as you got Kurzanov.
I don't know his name. I've heard his name.
He looks like he's been around the block. He looks sort of like a tough individual, so it's perfect fight for you, really.
Yeah, perfect fight. Won 22, lost only 2 against really good opponents, and I think he's been Olympian, won silver medal in World Championships as an amateur as well. So a live opponent, and he's going to come to win, and that's what I want. I want someone to come to win, to push me. The better opposition I have, the better I'm going to perform, and we'll see on the 10th.
You get this guy out, then you really are sort of making statements, aren't you? So.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to make statements. I want to get my name bigger in Britain and then in the world. And this is the only way I'm going to do it on these big shows, and make sure I perform to the best of my ability, and hopefully get a knockout on the 10th.
Just finally, first fight you say in London is Albert Hall. It's a bit special, you know?
Yeah, that's it. It's Royal Ballet, and I'm looking forward to it.
Circular.
I've seen it. I see like a dome in it. Yeah, I can't wait. Obviously, being on these massive shows and then in these massive like arenas and that. That's what everyone planned to do when there was a little young kid boxing on little small shows. And I'm just thriving off it.
Get the Derby boys down.
Yeah, hopefully. Obviously, lockdown's gone on another 4 weeks, so just have to see about tickets and that. But that's what the plan is.
Zach, well done, mate. Thank you very much.
Nice one.